Hey everybody, it is Domina, the witchtress of this house, and I am glad that you are here. The sun is rising on this Friday, known as Good Friday in America and across the world, maybe, or for those who celebrate Easter. You've been waiting for this day, right? I know. And when I was there, yeah, I was waiting for this day too. But I want to share with you just real quickly. I'm working from home today, but I have to get ready for work at some point. But it hit me this morning as I was in bed, and I want to share something with you. So Wednesday night, I was on this live with my mentor, Aradia Arcanum, and we were doing a group um, jar spell ritual. And the purpose of it was for healing. We can all use some healing, right? So we had all we had our jars and our herbs and our petition paper and other things that we wanted to include in our jars. And so we did our ritual, we did our spell, we put it together, and it was something else. But that's not the highlight of it. This is what I want to share. So let me show you my jar that I created. I'm trying to be careful with it. So here's the jar that I created. Oops. And so that was the wax from the candle as it dripped down to seal the deal, right? Okay. So what I want to share is what's the major thing that is focused on this day in the church? It's about the suffering and the crucifixion of the Messiah, right? And when we got to church on Sunday, for Easter Sunday. By the way, look, I've already shared my story with you, or major pieces of my story. So you know, I was in the church half a century, almost half a century. So I've been there, done that. I was Sunday school teacher, minister, minister, youth pastor, minister, my own ministry. So I've been there, I've done it all. So I'm not saying anything I say is not out of disrespect. I'm saying it because I've been there and I have transitioned. Okay. So I'm not disrespecting anybody that's still there. I am just giving insight on where I am on my path right now. Okay. So, um, the thing that we were getting ready for, and especially if you were in maybe a Baptist, a Black Baptist. Let me clarify: a Black Baptist, a Pentecostal, a charismatic, even non-denominational that was charismatic. If you were in any of those types of circles, this was the pinnacle. Christmas is one thing, but Easter is a whole nother level, right? And so we were geared up for, we waited for Good Friday after the 40 days of Lent and all that, gear up for Good Friday because we knew resurrection was coming. Sunday's coming. In the morning, what was that Daryl Cole we saw? In the morning, Sunday is coming. Uh, so getting ready for that and getting amped up about that. And what were we really getting amped up about? The blood. The blood that was shed on Calvary, way back on Calvary. The blood that gives me strength from day to day, it will never lose its power, right? And we would get amped, and as soon as the organist hit that chord or the pianist hit that chord, we were ready to run, we were ready to roll, we were ready to get it on, right? So in this spell that we did, like I said, we had our herbs and we called on different goddesses to join us in the working and so forth. And in mine, uh, I put a certain item for one of the goddesses that we had called upon. But in my petition that I had written for my healing, I sealed it in blood. And that's what I would talk about today. The church is getting amped about somebody else's blood that is supposed to heal, that is supposed to deliver, that is supposed to make a difference in their lives. I want to come on to tell you today, it is your blood. Now, again, I am not disrespecting. I'm not, maybe it is to you blasphemous, but I am not, my intention is not to blaspheme. My intention is to enlighten you and empower you and to remind you of the power that you have within yourself. And it is your own blood that makes the difference. It is your own blood that is working on your behalf. Why? Because it's the blood of your ancestors and the ancestors before them and on down the line back to creation itself. It is the power of the source, him or herself, whatever gender itself. It is the power of the creator of all within you already. You don't need to go to an outside source. Yes, we call on the goddesses and we call on the gods, we call on the angels and we call on the demons, and they are not necessarily doing the work. They are assisting us in the work that we do because the power is already in us. We got to get back to knowing that we have power. Our blood has power. After we did that ritual that night, and I went to bed, and I got up around 3 o'clock to go to the bathroom, and I didn't have music on. I usually have music playing, but I didn't have music on. And I could feel the presence of the goddess, one of the goddesses that we had called on. I put a symbol in my jar for healing that is correspondence to that goddess. And I could feel her presence in the room. I actually, I felt her presence before I even went to sleep. But it was about in that time when I had woken up and I went to the bathroom and I got back in the bed, I was going back to sleep. I could feel the presence. And as I went back to sleep, it wasn't my regular sleep. I went into lucid dreaming state. And there was this presence that had come. Because one of the things that I wanted healing from is a situation that I'm going through right now with work. And it's hopefully coming to a close very soon. But in the meantime, my healing was for not having any of that residue on me once everything was said and done and the dust, the smoke settled and the dust cleared and all that. So that was my petition. And I sealed my petition with my own blood. And I did the as above, so below, as within, so without. Some of you call that the sign of the cross. It goes way, the sign of the cross doesn't even touch the true meaning of that, but that's another video. So I put that on my petition. And in this lucid dream, there was this presence. And I know what the presence was, or I know what part of the presence was. It was that fear, it was that doubt, it was that insecurity, it was that uncertainty, it was that trauma, it was that pain, it was that everything that I have been experiencing in this situation came up in that lucid dream. And I fought it and kicked its ass. I didn't, and it was the power of my own blood that gave me the strength to stand up to it, to face it head on, to not be afraid of it, to tell it what it had to do, where it had to go, and then send it there. And it was intense, and I wasn't scared, and I wasn't apologizing. I was like, you got to go. You're no longer part of me. I am done with you. And like I said, the spirit, the presence, the energy, whatever you want to call it, of the goddess was there. I know. And it was as if she led me there so that I, not her, that I could deal with it, that I could annihilate it, I could get rid of it, I could let it know who was the boss of me. And when I woke up, in the midst of this, I heard this clap of thunder and I saw a flash of lightning and I thought a storm was rolling in. When I got up, the ground was dry. There was not a drop of rain. It was all in, some say the astral. I think it was lucid because I didn't leave my body. So, but I was there in the plane, wherever that plane was, I was there and I was handling my business. And it's because I sealed it with my blood. And I recognize that it is my blood that has power to heal me, power to change my situation, power to do whatever is necessary to make me whole, healed, happy, content, prosperous, victorious, triumphant, whatever other word you want to use, you throw it in there. Your blood has the power to make a difference in your life, in your situation, in your circumstances. Don't be afraid to use it. Get away from those people who say don't touch it. It's not your blood. No, it ain't his blood. It is your blood, the blood of your ancestors, their blood, sweat, and tears that is still flowing through your veins, even at the present moment that you're looking at this video. You, dear one, have the power to change everything in your situation. Your blood has it all. Only your blood can fix you. Only your blood can fix your situation. Only your blood can make the difference. Yes, we call on our ancestors to help us and to remind us. And that's what it is. They are reminding us. Domina, girl, I already put it in you. And it's them and those before them, all the way back to the source, all the way back to the creator of all, reminding you. You already have everything you need to fight everything you need to fight, to win everything you need to win, to overcome everything you need to overcome. It is in you. Prick your finger, whatever. But you already have the power. So on this Good Friday, may you be reminded the power is in your blood. The power is in whose blood? The power is in your blood. Let me get ready for work. You do the same. Have a great day. Have a great weekend, because I don't think I'm coming on, but have a great weekend. Thank you for listening. Hope that encourages you. Hope that blesses you. Hope that challenges you to get out of this dogma and get into you. With that, peace and blessings to you all. Have a great day.